So how are you guys? We again on the Great American Franchise Expo, and right now we have a really cool person here that we're gonna be interviewing. He has so much experience in franchises, and I want him to give us like his background and like what he's doing and how does he help people every day. So Rick, how are you? Can thank you. Can you please tell us a bit about your background, where you come from, what made you like start doing things with franchises and stuff like that?
So I have 39 years of franchising experience. I laughingly tell people I go back to when the internet was just invented and no one was using it yet. It's exciting. So I've seen a lot of changes over the years. So 39 years. I've been a franchisor 5 different times for multiple brands. I built a very large master franchise business, got it up to 230 franchisees of my own, sold that. Started a consulting business, but I was also very fortunate. I was elected and served on the board of directors for 4 years for the International Franchise Association out of Washington, D.C. They're kind of a lobbying group and the protectors of franchising and small business, which is what makes up franchising is small business. So I've been on Capitol Hill 4 times, meeting with congressmen and senators, making sure they understand the importance and the economic impact that franchising has on our economy here in the United States. So currently, I am the president of Franchise Genesis. For the last 2 years, we take existing independent businesses and we turn them into a successful franchisor. We create all their legal documents they need that the Federal Trade Commission requires. We write their operations manuals, but then we also give them a lot of marketing to help generate franchise leads and help bring successful franchises to their system for them. So we're full circle. We call ourselves, like a franchise ecosystem, helping them from start to finish with their franchise system.
So you were telling me about that, you've been in Washington D.C. Trying to talk to senators and stuff like that. I just want to let us know, like, how is that, like, going to Washington D.C., like, talking to these people that are running our country and helping them out, and also like how you see like how our like when you start franchises, how that affects the community in a positive way.
So in terms of talking with senators and congressmen, I was, of the 4 years that I went up there, I'd say half the time you meet with the actual senator or the congressman. Most of the time you're meeting with one of their staff members. But the ones that we did meet with, most of them were very surprised at how large franchising is and the impact that it has on the United States economy, but also how we do transform communities. We're creating small business owners throughout the United States, so it really helps in both small and large communities. Probably 75% of the people who buy a franchise have never owned a business before. So we're creating new business owners, which is fantastic. And the reason franchising works so well for them is it's an already proven business model. The marketing is already figured out, and they have the coaching and mentoring from the founders of the franchisor that started the brand. So it gives them the confidence to leave the corporate world, to buy a franchise of their own, and to get into entrepreneurship and taking control of their financial future.
So let me ask you, because you are helping people transform their regular business to franchises, what type of businesses do you guys look into, or you walk and you say like, oh my God, this will be a good franchise? And what type of owners also, like, because I'm assuming that not every owner will be able to run a franchise correctly. So what type of businesses and what type of owners you're looking for?
So currently we are franchising anywhere from 5 to 10 different businesses per month. About 1/3 of our clients are food. Food is a very popular area. Of course, that's everything from small desserts, gelatos, boba teas, to breweries, right? But the other 2/3 are...
You guys are franchising breweries? That's now I have a lot of more questions. Finish that, because I have some questions about that.
Yes, no, we did. We franchised a brewery, and it's a very unique one. They also roast their own coffee, so they're roasters and brewers, which is a really nice model. But in terms of the types of businesses, we franchise everything you can imagine. Lots of unique businesses. Most people, when they think of franchising, they think of food and they think of the commercials they see on television. But every kind of service you can imagine. So any type of service for the home or a business is usually something that's very franchisable. There's many different types of services there. but we're getting into robotics. I'm talking to someone that owns a boba tea business that they're going to be opening a new branch location, and everything is going to be done by robots. The robots are going to make the boba teas, and the robots are going to serve it to you bring it to you at your table. I have another company we're talking to right now that has the virtual goggles that will be able to tell whether you've had a concussion or not. And the information goes back to a central location, will analyze the data from studying this person's brain if they've had a concussion. So many unique types of businesses. The one thing that some owners have trouble with is that transition of running their day-to-day operation of their current business to finding, selling, training, and supporting franchisees to help ensure their success. So that's a gradual transition, but sometimes they're not ready for that. So we always want to make sure that they're ready to take that pivot to be able to focus on developing these franchisees, which are going to be business partners with them, because most franchise agreements are 10-year agreements. So they have to be very cautious of who they bring on board as a franchisee, because they're going to be with them for 10 years, and they want to make sure that they feel confident they can help that franchisee be successful, because that's the only way the franchisor makes money. You know, he gets a royalty off of every dollar that franchisee generates, so he wants to feel confident in the franchisee as well.
And I know that we have been we talk about in other times about how Franchise Genesis helps with the marketing, because a lot of people, like you say, they coming out from corporate America, they don't really know how to market the stuff, or it's like a learning curve. How does Franchise Genesis help the new franchisors to market their stuff?
So there's two types of marketing here we're talking about. One is teaching the franchisor how to market and find good qualified franchisees to buy franchises. But the franchisor also has to have a marketing package well defined and ready to give to the franchisee for the franchisee to find and sell customers. So there's two types of marketing we help the franchisor with. In both of those, it's a long training process to help ensure their success.
If they try to contact you with franchisees like Franchise Genesis, how would you tell them, like, hey, yeah, let's start working, but let's prepare you? Or at what moment do you think the business owner is ready to, do that call and start franchising?
Yeah. So first off, I get questioned all the time, how do you know if my business is franchisable? I ask them three questions. One, is your current business model profitable? And profitable enough, if a franchisee ran that business, they could afford to pay you a royalty back and they'd still have a nice profit left over. Two, is it the type of business you can teach someone else how to run? Because it has to be teachable, right? And then thirdly, are there plenty of customers across the country in most markets for your franchisees to be able to sell your products or services to? So if those three are yes, you're probably franchisable. Then we do a deeper dive into their business model and the business owner to make sure that they are ready to move forward. Many times they don't have enough systems in place to start duplicating it. So we can help them get to that point. Our process takes 4 months before we turn them into a franchisor, so oftentimes we help them during that phase. They sign up with us, and we help them refine and get a lot of these systems in place and more defined so that they can pass those on and train their franchisees with those systems.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Rick. Do you have anything else you want to say to the people watching us?
If you own a small business and you're interested in learning how to expand that business by using other people's money, give us a call. We'd be happy to explain our franchising services.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rick. Have a good one. Thank you, guys. Bye.